Any person, or when we call, we just know?
There's an actual, I think her name is Emily.
Okay.
Yeah, according to this, it's Emily. But you can schedule an email or a phone call. But I mean, there's a knowledge center. Of course, I'm always on.
So what you did is you just went to subsplash.com and you signed into our account.
It's dashboard.subsplash.com.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there is like a Subsplash login, but it's not the same thing. Dashboard.subsplash.com. And you log in. Then you have the sidebar here, which that's going to be everything that we kind of will use.
Okay.
The first one is media, and let me see if this is, yeah, so this is where you would, so media library, go to media, then click library. This is where we're going to upload the videos for, like to the app and the website, if you want them uploaded on the app and website. You just drag and drop them up here, and then you have to put them, I think you still have to, let me see. Oh, maybe you don't.
Okay.
You don't have to put them in media series anymore. So yeah, you'll drag and drop them up here, and it'll pull up, let me see if I can just,
So do you have to put the thumbnail on it first?
No, you just, so when you're on that page.
So if I just have a raw video that's
Yep.
trimmed down.
If you have a raw video that's trimmed and ready to go, you'll just drag and drop it up here into this upload a video bar
Okay.
up here.
All right.
And then it'll pop up down here and it'll start loading it. Then you click on it, and it'll bring you, this analytics thing won't be up here, but it'll
Okay.
be everything else.
So then I can
you'll
add.
put the title on, you'll put the, whatever, if there's a series subtitle,
Okay.
the date that message was done on, who the speaker was, and then all you do from there is you just do the artwork. So you'll click on, you can click on any of the three, right? And then you'll find, either upload the artwork through the upload image or find it, and then click this checkbox that
Can I
says.
find it on my desktop?
Yes, you can. So if you click this, you
I
can go
gotcha.
to desktop and find it.
Okay.
And then after you upload it to whichever one, so if you choose square, you upload it to square. If you click this apply image to all sizes, it will automatically drop it on all three. You don't have to worry about that. You do have to have it uploaded to all three for it to show up. If you only upload square or wide and not banner or like whatever, it's not going to show up on any of them. So you have to upload it to all three. So that's why you have to click that upload,
Where does it show it?
apply this image to all sizes,
Okay.
right next to apply. You'll check that box, then you'll hit apply, and that'll drop down to all three. That's for anything that you do on Subsplash. If you're creating an event or you're making anything at all, you have to have all three of those artwork boxes filled in, not just for the media stuff. That's like if you drop a
So
new
that's one of the
list
quirks.
on, yeah, yep. If you drop a new list onto the app, or if you make an event, or anything that you do needs to have all three of those artwork
Okay. So
boxes.
this
filled.
is just downloading videos.
Yeah,
on
this
the
is,
app.
yeah, this one's just the uploading. of
Okay.
videos. So then after this, it'll do its processing. You have to keep the tab open the whole time while it processes. If you close the tab, I've had issues where if you tap out, it'll still fail. So that's where the real struggle is it takes like an hour and a half, and the tab has to be open, and the computer can't go to sleep. Tab has to be open, has to be active.
So it ties up your computer for that long. Okay.
Yep, for however long it takes for the upload process to happen, which
That's
it varies. Sometimes it's
Is
shorter,
that
but
is
sometimes
that
it takes a while.
the website taking a long time to upload it, or is that our equipment?
That's the website. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because
Because it
when,
has to
when I
render.
do it at home, I have gig and I have a decent computer, and it still takes a long time.
Okay.
So that's the website. And the same that happens when you download from YouTube. It takes forever because it's YouTube.
Okay.
So
Actually, YouTube's been pretty fast.
Has it?
Yeah, I have it. I have a hour and a half thing downloaded within less than 15 minutes now.
oh, nice. Thank you. I had issues getting just the little not the message, the announcements video downloaded yesterday. It took like 15 minutes,
Wow.
and that's like a 6-minute video. So
Okay.
I don't know why, but sometimes it's hit or miss. So that's
Here's
that's
another
the only thing in the media tab. That
another
we do.
question is, when we do it here, does it go on the app and the website?
Yes. It automatically loads it to the app and the website, and I will show you guys where it does that. In the app, it'll just be on the app page. But I'll show you.
Is
on
that
the
something
website.
we have to manually do or it automatically
Nope.
does it?
It just like the events, it will automatically do it. So the moment that you upload it to this, it's going to post it. Once it finishes processing, it'll post on the web, the app and the website. On the app, it's going to be in the media tab. You can check it and see if it shows up.
Okay.
And then the website is going to be on the website. I'll show you that in just a moment. But that's the only thing that we do with the media tab. So you go to
Okay.
media, it's just library. We don't have any live, any podcasts, any music. You can check analytics if you want, but I never use anything else on here except for the library.
Okay.
That's where you upload the videos. So then next on down you have the events, and again you'll just click the events tab, and the events tab is going to open up, where we do our events. Always, and this one you always have to click calendar. Whereas in the media you don't have to go into the sermons tab. In this one you have to go into the calendar tab, because the calendar tab is where it's pulling our information from for the website and the app. It's part of the calendar, so you gotta go to the calendar tab and do it. Once you're in the calendar tab, then you can create event. Right now we have reoccurring events for the Grief Share, All Age Service, Narcotics Anonymous. Bread of Life still has it, but I don't know if those dates are correct.
Okay.
So that might be something that needs to be changed. And then Golden Treasures does not have it. Is this? Well, let's pass it. I don't know why it's a draft. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay. So to add, we're just gonna put our, and the same thing. We're gonna use our artwork,
Yeah.
our thumbnails, and we've
You'll-
got to put in
you'll
all
go up
three.
here and you'll click this Create Event button.
Okay.
And this one's super easy, right? You'll just
Okay.
drop your title in there, add a description if you want it, hit your date, hit your start, your end time, your end date if there is one. You can select all day if you want. So if it's like a men's retreat, it's going to last all weekend. You can just pick all day
Okay.
and then do start date, end date. You can even do make it repeat. So you can do daily, weekly, on Monday, every two. So like whatever day you have selected up here, like if you change this to Wednesday,
Okay.
It's
It
gonna-
says does
it's
not
gonna change
repeat,
over
but that's
here.
our drop down. Okay.
yeah. So you can.
That makes it a
change
one-time event, right? Does not repeat, makes
Yeah.
it a one-time
Or
event.
if you want to do like a Wednesday servicing, you can do weekly on Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. it's going to show up on the calendar.
Okay.
That's how we have those repeating events. But it's important to remember that if you do a repeating event, it's kind of funky how it works. I can take a regular event and put it on the app by itself. I cannot put a reoccurring event on the app by itself. So if it's a reoccurring event, you cannot just drop it on the app. Like how sometimes I'll have like on the homepage of the app, we'll have events on there, and they'll link to whatever. It doesn't do that on the app if you do a reoccurring event. So if you want an event, like if you have a special Sunday,
Only
you
on the
wanna-
website.
only on the app. If you have like a special Wednesday event or you have a special Sunday event, don't use a reoccurring. Make it its own event,
Okay.
and then you can edit it and have forms on it and stuff attached to it. So
So recurring events do not happen on the app at all.
they will show up on the app, but not on the homepage. I'll show you that in a minute too. But if you go to the app, you can actually like set any one of these. Like you can drop an event specifically on the homepage if you wanted to.
Okay. Show me where to do that.
That's going to be on the app. Go to apps, go to mobile app. This is your homepage. You have home, you have events, giving, media, Bible. These are the 5 tabs that we have on the app right now. So if you go to the app, you'll see them.
That's on the bottom.
Yep, that's on the bottom down.
Okay.
So that's those.
Okay.
And then you can add an item, and you can add media series, list, events, songs. You can add a bunch of stuff. Let's click event. You'll notice on this list that some of these are popping up. Typically, none of the reoccurring events will pop up on here. Some of them are popping up. It's kind of hit or miss. But if you wanted to do we can drop Pastor Appreciation Sunday on this so people know. Boom. Now if I hit save, and then we go to the app, and we reload the app.
So you just added that.
Now Pastor Appreciation Sunday is now on the app. And if you fill in events, like if you fill in the event information, it'll pop up on
In the events.
in the events, yeah. Which we'll go back and check that out so you guys get a thorough understanding of that. But if you do like a sign up form, like let's say you want to put men's conference on here, put it in the app, You put a sign up form. You put the link to the sign up form on the event.
That's
The
what
link's gonna
that's what
show
I have
up.
to learn is how to create a
Yeah.
sign up form.
Yep. So the link will show up on here, so they can just go to the app, click on the event, and then click on the link to go to the sign up form. So which makes it nice and easy because it's a little bit different on the website in that aspect. So we'll take that off. So to take it off, you just
Well, we don't want to take it off, do we?
don't have to. You can leave it on there. We can put it wherever you want. You can leave it right at the top. That's fine. But I mean, like next week, if you want to take Past Appreciation Sunday off, you'll click these 3 dots and you hit the remove button.
Okay.
That's it. So those 3 dots, that's where the remove is. You can also just click the checkbox and hit remove up here as well. So that'll work. This lets you remove multiple. So if you want to if you have more than one event or more than one thing on the homepage that you don't want on there, that's what you'll do. We'll come back to the app because there's a lot on the app and website that we got to cover that is a lot more extensive than everything else.
Okay.
So let's go back to the media, or let's go back to the events, and we'll cover that first.
Okay.
So we go to events, you click on calendar, you click on create an event, you drop your title, your description, you do your dates, you can do an address. So if you're having a men's breakfast and it's at, whatever,
Denny's.
Leon,
Gus
Denny's,
and
yeah,
Us.
you can drop the Denny's address in here. And if someone goes onto the app and into that event and clicks that address, it'll open it in their GPS.
Gotcha.
So whatever GPS that they're using, GPS app. And then over here is where you're going to link a website. So if you want to do the title can be sign up form, and then the URL is going to be the URL to the sign up form, and that will it'll make a link there that they can click to sign it up. And then if you want to do if someone's heading up the event and you want them to have people to have access to their email and phone number, you would leave those on there as well. Again, once you got all that filled out, you'll go back to the artwork. You'll click whatever art you want. You'll check that apply to all sizes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hit apply, and like I said, it drops it to all 3. And then you'll hit publish.
Okay.
If you're not ready to publish it, you're still working on it, you have to come back and put in the form. You can just hit save draft and not publish it until you have the draft ready. It'll show up as unpublished on the calendar.
Okay.
So
Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
And then so there's the reoccurring events. If you go into a reoccurring event, like we go into Grief Share, and let's say that this month Grief Share is going to have a separate time. You're going to change the time to whatever it's going to be, and you'll hit save, and it'll ask if you want to update just this event or all events. So
Okay.
let's say we're doing Grief Share is now going to be on Wednesdays at 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Always. You can change just one; it'll change all the
Oh, okay.
reoccurring events.
Yep.
Or you can just change the one event if you want.
That's like Outlook. You can
Yep.
do that in Outlook.
Yep.
Mhm.
So nice functionality that they have that on there. That wasn't there originally. So that's basically all you have to know for events. Again, the important thing is that you don't create an event from this page. Go into this.
Go into calendar.
Go into calendar and then create the event. Because it won't pull to the website and the app if you don't do it in the calendar. It has to be in the calendar.
And you can do recurring events in the calendar,
Absolutely.
but not that doesn't mean necessarily that they will show up on the app, even if you do it in the calendar.
If it's done, so yes, they will show up in the app. So just to clarify that, so we have the Past Appreciation Sunday,
Mhm.
right? You can't get a recurring event on the home page, but if you go to the events tab, they will show up in the events tab. This is basically our calendar.
Okay.
This is why it matters, because the events tab is pulling from that calendar tab on the website.
Got it. Okay.
So that's what that is.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
And this is recent, so it won't show things that have already happened. It's only going to show what's
Once it
coming.
happens, it drops.
Exactly. Once it happens, it drops. So it's a nice list, easy to read, easy to understand. The app is surprisingly customizable, but not easy to work with. So that's all we have for events. You want to go over giving at all? I can go over giving and some of the different functions.
Oh, we had a problem with giving. Is that user error?
Yeah, that was user error. I talked to Vinny about it. So when you basically
Somebody put in the FCA give to the number, and it came up a Presbyterian church.
yeah, if you don't type FCA give, FCANG all capitalized, no spaces, that's our code. Everybody that uses this text to give uses the same phone number. You have to use our specific code to get our specific donation link back.
Okay.
So they must not have used the code. They might have done FCA space give, or maybe it was lower. I'm not sure if the capitals matter or not in this case, but I do know that it has to be FCA give, no spaces. So, but yeah, I did it just to make sure, and it does pull up our Subsplash give.
Okay.
So I was worried about that. I'm like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We should.
I wonder how much money that church has gotten from us.
That's a good question.
Someone's not paying attention.
Just given.
Or they're just thinking it's manna from heaven.
Okay, so that's all we have for events, and then in the giving tab, go back to the dashboard. You got a lot of stuff up here that we can do. Take a look here. Was gifts something that we did? I don't think we ever used gifts. No, gifts isn't something that we did. That's not something to worry about. Oh, nice. Cool. That's good. So we have funds. That was something that we definitely used. And that's going to be like what funds show up on the giving platform. So when you go to the giving platform,
You can do the drop down or
Yeah,
the
exactly.
wheel
yeah.
on Bread of
If you wanna do
Life or
$2,
tithes
yeah.
or whatever. Okay.
So when you're going through and you fill your information out, you can do a drop down for the funds, and that's all the funds we have listed up here.
I need some clarity.
Sure.
If you fix it on the website, it automatically fixes on the app. But
Exactly.
you can't go to the app and have it fixed on the website.
There's no customizability. This is the only place where you can customize anything.
It is the website.
Is this specific Subsplash dashboard website? But yes, if you want to add in, like if we're talking about specifically adding things to our website,
Like, for example, giving.
giving you can only edit giving through here.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can't edit it through the website editor or the app editor. It is only on here. What you can do with the website and app is
Dashboard.
add or get rid of the ability to give. So we could completely remove the give tab on the app or completely remove the give box on the website, but you can't edit anything as far as the giving goes. You can only edit giving through the dashboard in this specific window, in this specific area.
So the dashboard is the control center for
Exactly,
that.
yep.
And any formatting or customization needs to be done here.
Yep, and it
And
was
it
done
affects
here.
both the website and the app.
Exactly, yep.
Got it. Okay.
So these are unpublished ones that we have. We were incorrectly using some of these before, like the men's retreat and the women's retreat.
Mhm.
They actually added stuff for this. So if you are going to have like a men's retreat event and you want people to pay, it's different. It's not a fund in the giving thing. It's a separate thing that I have to remember how we did it. But it's not a fund that drops down in that giving box. It's separate. But you can, so like if you wanted to drop general back up here, you could just drag general up. Now general is back on that list. You can take general back down if you don't want general on there. If we're having the Meyer Bread of Life thing and you want people to give specifically to Bread of Life Meyer, you can drop Bread of Life Meyer back up there.
Okay.
And you can drag it back down.
What do we have right there, right now?
Right now we have
Mentions debt reduction, rental income.
under
Faith
Faith Forward we
Forward.
have youth camp, nursery, shower, children's ministry, which we can turn those off or on as well. So if you were to select Faith Forward, it would give you further options if you wanted to do just regular Faith Forward, or you want to give it specifically to, well, nursery shower is done now, right?
Yes.
We can check nursery shower off. You can give it right to children's ministry or youth camp, or you can
Youth
just give it
camp's
to
over.
general.
What about, so tithes and offerings is actually the first one.
Yep, tithes and offerings pops up first. So
Okay.
that's going to be what defaults on the field. If you don't drop that drop box down, it's going to go right to tithes and offerings. That's option number one. It's not like a
That's the
select.
default option.
That's the default option. So no one ever has to worry about changing that. And then you can add a fund if you want through the add a fund option up here. You just use the title, give it a description if you want, and hit create, and it'll drop it.
You can add a fund, so
Yep.
I can create one of these.
Exactly, yep. So you can just hit add a fund and then let's get a fund that you guys maybe would want to add. Anything you can think of?
No, that's fine.
Okay. But you could do like special speaker funds, for instance. Like you're having a guest speaker come in and you want people to be able to give them the app as well to the speaker. You can make a fund specifically for that speaker.
Okay.
Add it, it'll drop it down to the unpublished, You can drag it up to the published, anywhere you want on the list, and you're good to go.
So these sub-items under Faith Forward,
Yeah.
you can drag and drop those as well. Is that true?
I think you can drag and drop them in the order that they are on, under the sub.
So let's say, okay, so we just shut these off,
Yeah.
right, under
Yeah.
Faith Forward.
Mm-hmm.
To get rid of them altogether, I go here,
I don't
like to just make
think so.
it front.
I think we have to go.
It's okay, it's
No,
okay.
yeah.
So those are just stay there.
Those will
But if
stay
I
there.
want to create one,
You want
I
to create one? You
create-
click the three dots over here. And you'll add sub fund.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's
All right, so that's very different than add fund.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
That's
you want
what
to
I
add a
was
sub
getting
fund,
at,
I don't think
yeah.
there's a way to delete funds.
Because a lot of stuff's going to come under Faith Forward.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to know how to add a fund there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So you can add a sub-fund,
Add
and
a
then, but
sub-fund
once you
right
add it, it's there. You can only, at that point, turn it on or turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the whole financial accounting and tracking and paper trail.
Okay,
and stuff.
that
So
makes sense.
They'll never go away.
Yep. You can
Um,
create a business unit, but you can't delete a business unit.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Understood.
You can turn them off, turn them on, so they show up or disappear, but that's it. So now this is good. This is like this doesn't have a save function. Once you do something, it shows up immediately.
So there is no publish.
There is
There's
no
no
publish.
draft.
Yep. So
It
once
just
you put
is.
something on here, it's going to be on that list. So right now, Nursery Shower Youth Camp are no longer on that list. I don't have to do anything else. I can turn them on. I can turn them off. The moment I do it, it's done. It's saving already. So
Okay.
where was the? I don't know if it was a.
So funds is different than giving.
Funds, that is in the giving, yeah.
Oh, it's
Funds
in the
is-
giving, I
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
funds is, that's where you're gonna give to when you're
Okay.
giving, so. I'm trying to find the payment options that we had, where those showed up, is it payments? No, payment forms? That's it. So if you go to payment forms, that's gonna be where you can have your specific options for different payment methods. So if we have, like you see on here, we have the men's retreat, you have men's retreat betting, you have men's retreat like balance. So if someone just wants to pay the whatever the $5 or whatever it is, $15 to start the men's retreat, or the deposit is $25, and they don't want the betting, they can just pay the balance with the 85. That all shows up on like a men's retreat thing on the website, which we have, and I
So
can
that's
show
the
you guys.
non-tax deductible
Exactly.
options.
Yeah, this is the legit. You're paying for something within the church.
You're
not,
purchasing something.
not giving.
You're
So
purchasing something.
You're purchasing something. Exactly.
Okay.
Well, that's where that's going to be. Is in the payment forms.
And you can edit all those, or
Yes. Yeah,
you
you
can
can.
only add.
You can go into them and you can edit what they say, the descriptions, the prices.
And then once you hit
All of it.
publish, it's available.
Yes, it's available.
So right now, none of those are available.
So technically the nursery shower one is, but you would have to have like the link to get to it.
Okay.
We don't. It's not anywhere because the event's not up on the website anymore.
So how do you group them together? So like for the men's retreat, there are obviously several options. How would you link those?
That I'm gonna have to look at in the website again to make sure because I don't exactly remember. It's been a while since we've done because we did this when it first came out and we just reused it for the next men's retreat. But I'll have to take a look at it to make sure how it all works out again. But that's the basis of that. We'll come back to it when we get to the website.
Okay.
And that's all we have for giving. We have the funds and the payment funds. There's other stuff on here that the financial people here would use, but for editing purposes, those are the only things we ever did. You can edit the way it looks in settings. So like if you want to change our banner because it's too gray, you want it more colorful or whatever the case may be, you can change the banner to whatever new banner you want. You can you don't have to put like Faith Christian Assembly. You can just put a picture back there and then select one of these boxes and put Faith Christian Assembly up here, and it'll put words on the banner. But I think our logo looks nicer on there personally. You can change the colors, the color scheme of it. So right now we have the gray for the header, and then blue for the, primary and the confirmation text. But that's all you can do. You can't edit the layout, how it works. All you can do is edit the way it looks, and you can add and subtract funds. So that's going to be all in there. You can straight up disable giving if that was something that we were worried about for some reason, but I don't see the reason that we can do that. So that's it. Oh, if we have there's an option to select a tax exempt, but I don't know what our tax code is, so we never put it in there. That's something we can do in the future if you wanted to. But select your tax exempt classification to ensure the language used in your receipts and tax statement is correct. Right now, we don't have a status selected. So if you wanted to put the status in there.
So the receipts, these are the receipts that will go to the purchaser?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if that's something that in the future you guys wanted to change, that's in the settings option. So if you go to the giving tab, if you scroll down, it's in the settings down here. So at the very bottom. And that is it for giving. So go back to the home tab. We don't use people, we don't use groups, those were like paid services. I think we could use them, but I think that we never got around to it. We just didn't see the need for it. It added an extra layer of complexity that we didn't want to get into. Now we're going to break into the app and how to edit the app. So you click app, again, you click mobile app. Or you can click push notifications if you want to do the push notifications, but we'll do mobile app right now. Look in the mobile app, you can, we'll start with the tabs up here. You can manage the tabs by clicking manage tab. Log me out. Okay, yeah. So we have inactive tabs down here. The live stream didn't work. That was for like their live stream, not for our live stream. But if you wanted to add tabs, you could do that. You could add tabs. You can give tabs away or take tabs out. I think the setup we have now works really well for the app. It's clear.
We don't need more tabs.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think that if you wanted to, you could, but I don't think it's necessary to even edit tabs. You can drop things on the home page for stuff that we want to highlight, and then you can do the events.
I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah.
much,
So the only thing about we'll cover it here on the homepage. So if you were to go to the homepage, I believe this is a list. No, this is not a list. Okay. Cover that so yeah. So if you want to add something to this, like I said before, you'll click the add item.
That's the home page.
That's the homepage. Yep. You'll check to see, make sure you're on the home tab up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll click on whatever, if you want to edit or you want to add, you click add, and then you have all of these options up here. So let's say you want to do a link directly to
Our YouTube page.
our YouTube page, yeah, which we do have one on there. I think it's under social media, but you'll click link, and then you'll create the link, drop the info on there, and then it'll open
You just
up.
copy and paste the link you want.
Exactly, yeah. Copy paste the link you want, and it'll leave it on there, and you'll be able to click it, and it'll open up outside into whatever the link is. In our case, we have Get Connected, BAM, and prayer requests. Those are all Google forms that get sent. I think they get sent to Kathy, or it gets sent to maybe the fake email. I don't exactly remember which one they get sent to, but we have to look into those. Social media, though, is a list. So on social media, we made a list, and then we added these are links. So we have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the website.
Okay.
So those are directly on there. That's not
What's amazing, in our geographical area, a lot of people don't use Twitter.
right. Yeah.
Really surprised by that.
Really?
Twitter's not common around here, like it is in other parts of the country.
But
Interesting.
again, like I was saying, with the artwork, it pops up everywhere. So if you see an artwork tab, you have to fill out all three of those. So that's important that we cover that as well. So the About Us is an app link to a forum that talks about the About Us. We'll cover that in just a second. But if you wanted to do a list, I don't think you can make lists through this. You have to. Oh, you can create a list. Sorry, you can create a list, but we have made lists that you can edit. Or
So is that just to edit the list that we currently have?
Well, you can actually make a list on it if you want to do your own list. You could create a list here, and then add to it through this tab. But if you wanted to make your own list, that's going to be out in the main tab under Library Lists. And then these lists are different things that we have already set up. Like we have the social media list. It's already on there. And once you make the list, then you can add items. And on the list acts just like the home page does. It just brings you into a separate kind of secondary page, sub-page. And on here, it's the same thing. You click Add Item, and you can add more stuff. You can add another list if you want. You can list and list and list. Or you can add links, or you can add calendar items. You can specifically add media items if you wanted to, like, add a specific media item in there. All that stuff. So on here, you have event and calendar. Calendar is going to pull the whole calendar, right? If you want just one event, you have to go to event. Don't click on calendar. That goes back for all the other stuff I talked about as well. So that's kind of really it for the moment.
Are you picking up on it?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
There's a lot of stuff in the messing with the app and stuff that can be a little confusing. Like I said before, the events tab is pulling from the calendar.
So you can edit it from here, or do you have to go back to the other one?
What do you mean?
The calendar.
The calendar.
Edit
I
calendar.
believe I can. Yeah, I can just click calendar on there and edit it.
So
Yeah,
you
it's
can
good for
actually
everything.
add a calendar event here in that connection, and it will
just
load
takes you
back
right
in.
to the events tab and
Got it.
under the calendar.
Okay.
So like if you're in there messing around with stuff and I need to add this event, you can click on the calendar. It'll
And
take
go
you right
straight
back to
there.
this
It's a
page.
shortcut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
And then the giving is just
Right. We're good there.
yeah. You can't edit it. Media is going to pull from the media tab overall. It's not pulling from any specific series.
But this is where I can add something as well.
If you want to add media, you don't even have to go into the app for this. Again, media is just going to be in the media tab. Events just in the events tab.
Okay.
And then the Bible, we can actually set different plans if you wanted to.
Okay.
There is an option just to have the Bible, but we have a reading plan available as well. Right now, we're just
Like
set
if we
the
want the
Bible
whole
in-
congregation to go through a reading plan, we can set that
Exactly.
up.
Yeah, we have these options on here. Right now, we just have the Bible in a year plan, the basic plan.
Okay.
Nice and easy. But you could do Bible in 90 days, 2-year plans. There's an Outreach Bible, New Testament. There's a bunch of different ones, lasting different times. So we
Okay.
just have the Bible, and then you can set the start date. Like if we're going to start a reading plan together as a church
January
next month,
1st.
exactly. You can, or you can do, October, 40th. So that's kind of all that are in the events. The only tab that we really do edit is the home tab, taking away lists, adding events, things of that nature.
Okay. Push notifications is a cool feature that we don't use that often.
Right. That is one that I think we can definitely we can use a little more. So you'll go into the apps again, go to home, go to the apps, click on push notifications, takes you to this page. This will, if you have the app on, you have your notifications on in the app. This will send a notification out to everybody who has the app. So you can,
Service canceled tonight,
exactly. Yeah,
snow.
You can press create notification, do your text,
And everybody who has an app that has their notifications turns on will get that.
Mhm.
And there's also a geo.
and then I think they removed the geo.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a beta and it didn't really work out the way that they wanted it to, so they just removed it.
The
nice.
geotagging.
Well, it would it would only give you a push notification. Like let's say we had the church set up. Like if we have youth rally, and you want youth to know, if they had the app, you could do a push notification for when they came into the church. Stepped on the grounds with
okay.
their GPS on, it would send
Got
them
it.
a notification.
Okay,
But
okay.
And
it
just
didn't
say-
work as well. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just welcome to faith.
Yeah.
Services in the back. Front doors are open. Whatever. No.
Yeah.
Got it.
So this is just going to be basic. You can even do attachments if you wanted to, but the moment that you hit send, it's going to send it out. Or you can schedule if you want to schedule them as well. So it's a nice feature that we definitely do.
So like this Sunday, if I want to schedule this Sunday at 8:30 a.m. to say church today, don't forget, get up, get dressed.
Yep. Yeah, you could totally
About
do
the
that.
church.
Right.
Yep.
Or reminder today is pastor appreciation. Or
Yeah.
reminder today was the job fair.
Right.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We should use that more often. We just don't want to use it too much or people get annoyed.
Yeah, I mean, use it all the time, but I mean.
Or
once
they
a week,
become
whatever.
numb to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's super simple, super easy. Just again, the push notifications option, and you're gonna click create notification. I think you can even. Okay, never mind. You can't. That just shows you your previous ones. I thought maybe you could resend them, but you can't resend them. Oh, you can duplicate. Okay, that's right there.
Okay.
So if you
So
want,
like that's all age reminder all age service.
yeah, so you can boom and then hit duplicate, pops up on here, and then send. You might want to get rid of the copy. So that it doesn't say a copy, and then just boom send, and then everyone's gonna have it. Or schedule.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, cool.
there doesn't appear to be
That's
a reoccurring.
that's
option.
actually something I can do.
Yeah.
I think that would be good for something like the vendor showcase. Like we would send it right at 12:30 to remind people at the
Yeah.
end. of
But they have
service.
to have the app downloaded. They have to have. We have.
Notifications turned on.
Yeah, we had a QR code link. It shows up on the stream. It doesn't work. I don't know where we got it. or
Yeah,
if
I
it-
want to get a
if it
QR
failed.
code.
Yeah.
And
or
what
if
I'd
it
like to do
expired.
is I'd like to get the print shop to do the vinyl for the glass, like we have the lettering on the glass, and have our QR code actually
Etched on the.
etched on the glass
Yeah.
at the
Okay.
entrances in some
Nice.
different places in the church. I think that'd be really cool.
That's cool.
You go right to the front doors and there's a QR code right there in vinyl on the glass,
Boom, take them right to the app, or right to
right to the website.
Yep.
So we need a QR code. I'd like need that soon. It'd be cool to have one with even the logo in the center or something.
Yeah.
You know, they have different options.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know jack about QR codes though. So before we go into the web,
I know
because
they're
there's
free.
a lot to cover on there, we're gonna go back into this library tab where I showed you have lists.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the links. So you can create links here as well. And this ties into the website. We're gonna cover this first. We'll go back to the website and I'll show you how it ties in. So if you create a link, you can create, it can be really any kind of link. But if you made a forum on the website and you wanna link it, if you wanna create a link that you can use in the app, this is where you'll come to make this link. You'll hit pages, and then you can select. Where is this not? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, you'll hit pages, and then you can scroll down until you find the. Oh yeah, it is. This is right. We have the women's retreat and stuff. So like, if you want to do like a women's retreat, you'll create the link, make your title, whatever you want, add your artwork. And then the page, this is going to be what the pages that we make in our website. All the pages we make will show up here. So you can just click that page.
When you say a page, oh, I got you a whole new page.
Yep. And I'll show you that on the website in just a moment. But you click the page, click down here for that, and then you can click on any one of them, but you're going to want to look, obviously, for the one you want. Women's Retreat Sign Up. It'll show you, make a preview, maybe not, and then apply, and it's on there. You can hit edit page if you wanted to. That'll open up the website app, and then the whatever the website editing thing. And then
Are you catching this?
Mhm.
Okay.
just like before
I'm a
with the
little lost.
links, you can do websites that aren't our own. So you could do like a website to Facebook, our Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
You can do a link right to giving if you wanted to. I don't really know why. You can link to right to YouTube videos.
Would that be easier than trying to download them onto the app, or no, not really?
No, not really. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't really be a media tab.
Okay.
But I'm sure you could do like a tab. So the nice thing about the app that I like when it comes to the videos is that if I want to, like, let's say I'm working, and I want to, I wasn't there last Sunday. I want to check out that service. If I click on that service and then hit play, I can completely close
That's it. Good morning. It's a good morning.
and just do audio
Yes,
if I want to.
Alejandro here.
You know, if we have YouTube and you close your
There's
phone,
Alejandro.
it's going to stop YouTube.
You can come up.
So in this way, it kind of acts like it's a podcast of sorts, right? Where you can just have the audio as well. You can be completely off the app, not even have it on anymore. I can turn off the video, and it's still playing.
Gotcha. Cool.
So that's why I thought it was good to upload it on there.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, really, for when you're making links, it's really only going to be either website links or the pages. You're not gonna really use it for much else. Unless you wanted to, I guess.
So now, that particular page right there, that was the women's retreat?
Yeah, but I didn't save that one.
Okay.
We might have one up here. Ready for that? Possibly. No, we don't. Right.
Okay. So can you go to the page that is for pathways?
Pathways. I don't think we have a page for pathways. Well, not on the links in here.
Okay.
So was there?
Well, I just went to the site and
Okay.
there's a pathways page.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
there's a
let's-
link to there's a.
But it still make waves.
Right.
I couldn't figure it out. I got stuck, and that's
Okay.
kind of why we're doing this, is because
Okay.
yeah.
Let's break into the web now, and we can talk about that entire process and everything with
Okay.
things. So again, you'll be on the home page. You'll
Mhm.
click web, and then website.
What I didn't know how to do was I didn't know how to change this, and it was because I wasn't clicking all. I couldn't get it to change, and it was driving me nuts.
Oh.
Okay. So when you just click onto here, so let's go back real quick so I can show you guys what happens. Because it looks like it's not going to work, and then it does. So you click on the web, you click on the website, it opens that brief page, and then it'll open this up. So like, don't worry about that other page. That was like, if you didn't have a website, that's the page you started making the website on. But we have the website. It's set. This is not this page in order to edit the page itself. If you don't click that, clicking on anything in here is going to work like you're on the website. So if you go to Pathways, you click Pathways Sign Up, it's going to open up in a preview window the Pathway Sign Up.
So how do I get rid of that make waves?
That
Because I wanted
is-
pathways on there.
Okay, yeah, we can do that right now. I'll show you that. So, but notice how I can't edit through this page. This
Right.
is just the website.
Yep.
So I have to go to the sidebar over here to Pages, click on Pages, and then find
Pathways.
yeah,
Stop.
right. I'm just looking at it. Oh, okay. So Pathways is now showing up here as well. Do you want that?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to
Pathways.
sign up for it.
Right, but it's up on the home bar now. Like when you go to the website, it's up on the home bar and on the home page. So from here you'll click on edit. I guess to my point, what I was trying to say is, like, if you're making events and you don't want them to go on the navigation bar on the website, you can just put them to the online tab right here.
Okay.
And
I
not
wanted
in-
that as a main.
Right, but the online tab is where you'll put them if you want them to be available for people to view when you link it, but not have a specific option on the
Menu bar.
Yeah, on the menu bar top. So that's what that is down there. But you'll come up here, you'll click edit, and it'll bring you into the page editor. There are a ton of options. Don't mess with the theme editor. That's the whole theme of the entire website. You change one page, you're going to change the entire theme of that
Everything.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
So the make waves option, you'll click on this over here. On the side, you'll have, the way that's set up is you have sections, and in each website has pages, right? We're now on the Pathways page. Each page has sections. Each section has blocks. So you have your header section, you have your whatever title section, you have your information section, you have your forum section. That's what all those are. You can add sections by clicking on the section option and then click whatever option you want. It'll always drop it at the very bottom. If you want to move it, you have to click the rearrange sections arrow, and then it pulls it up like this. So you can drag this wherever you want.
Okay.
Boom, put it at the very top if you want it to. Close that. It's at the top. And then from here, this is where you'll add block sections. You have options for specific types of blocks that you want. I prefer personally, unless I want a specific, like I want a contact us form, I will personally just do a blank one and then edit it myself with the blocks. Blocks are up here. You have all sorts of blocks. You have heading blocks and everything else. Let's cover how to edit your thing before we do anything else. But delete a section is going to be over here on the side. Any section editing stuff where it edits the whole section is going to be on the sidebar like this. To delete it, you just click the delete option. Boom.
Okay.
So for this one, you want to change that background picture. You'll click section options. You'll have color scheme, which says image overlay, and then And then from here, you can do background. So if I wanted to just do like gray, we could, no, it's not changing it, I don't know why. Anyway, the background option here is this picture.
Okay.
You'll click image again, and then, I don't know if we have the pathways,
Yes. It's on the desktop.
you should have it in the library, because you already have it, there it is. Yeah, once you upload it to the website for one thing, it pops up in the library for the rest of the time. So you don't have to, like if you want to change computers, or you're working here at church and you go home, as long as you've uploaded pathways to the website for use in one area, you can go to the library and upload it anywhere else. Just pull it from the library. You'll select that, and then one of the
Can we
things I like to
drag that
do,
up?
you can, but one of the things, so you have some limited ability to edit it. If you wanted pathways to be centered on here, you would have to edit the image to where it's a banner size with pathways in the middle. You can do some positioning on here, but it's not great. You know, that doesn't look terrible, but what I like, because I like the whole image looks good in my opinion. We'll go center, we will hit this parallax button. Now parallax scrolls with it. So when you start at the top of the page, you first load in, you'll see pathways like this. As you scroll down, the image will scroll down to reveal the rest of the image. So I think it adds a nice touch. It looks really nice like that, but you have to select the parallax option. That being said, the website is finicky with that parallax option. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what causes it not to work. I have not been able to figure that out. It's not image size, it's just sometimes it doesn't want to work. If you were to do an image and you wanted, like you didn't have pathways written on there, you just had the picture, but you wanted to say pathways, you could do that. But you want to add a tint to the image. Add the tint so that the text pops out. Right, so we can mess with that right now, and then we'll just take it off. So that's now tinted. Now I can do a block. I can do a header block. Drag and drop it right there, and then we can select our heading type. We want page title, nice and big, and then we'll type in pathways. We want this to be center, and I don't think we can. Oh yeah, you can change the text size here.
There we go. All right.
Like that. So now it says pathways. If you just wanted to use the image, that's how you would do it.
Gotcha.
So let's say, okay, well we don't want to do that, right? Let's say we don't want to do any of this stuff. We made with all these edits. We don't like how it looks. Just press X. You have unsaved changes. Don't save it. Now that page, we go back to it. Oh, it has unpublished changes. So this is not published, right? None of this stuff is showing up on the actual website. If you go to Pathways, it's not going to show this stuff.
Yep. It's still the same. Yep.
So you'll go back into edit. I think you can actually undo, but I don't. Maybe you can't. I thought you could, but maybe you can't. Yeah. So you can back out anytime and not change them, or you want to get a second opinion before you publish it. You can just leave it unchanged. Or unpublished. You save draft, unpublish it. Don't hit publish, you're good to go. But then blocks, like the sidebar for the sections, blocks have their own bars that pop up when you hover over them. If I click the block, that bar goes away. Now I'm editing the block itself. If I want to delete it, I have to click back out of the block, hover back over the block, and now this pops up over here. You have the edit option, which you can just get by clicking. You can put block options specifically if you want to align the content differently than how it is. You want to add some vertical padding to it or some horizontal padding to it. Like let's say you want to space it out a little bit better. That's how you would do all that kind of stuff. Hide from view when viewed on certain devices. So like let's say this doesn't look as good on the phone, on mobile, on the website as it does on the computer. You can hide that entire block on mobile if you wanted to. Then color scheming stuff, I never really use that kind of stuff, but you could if you wanted to. But to delete it, again, just hover over it and then hit delete block. It'll ask. You'll say yes. Now we have the pathways section by itself alone. It says drag and drop. That's not going to show up. You don't have to do anything else at this point. We
Just
have
publish
the
that.
words on there. Well, in this case, we want to get rid of the tint because we don't need the tint. in the tint option, I didn't say that explain this part, but there's this color. You can select, you can tint it a specific color if you wanted to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you don't have to, but you can tint it specific colors to make it look different. But then we'll take tint away because Pathways looks good like that. Now we'll hit save draft and then publish. Now, if you reload, it should show it as having changed.
Yep.
So,
Nice, okay.
did you edit this field at all? Did you figure that out?
No, I screwed it up really
Okay.
bad.
Okay. So the forms, it's one of those things that I think is needlessly complicated. It's not hard to take stuff off. As you can see, we can just X out birthday. You know, we can just X out age. We can we can just go through here and just take this stuff out. So if there's anything you want out now, we can take it out. But adding stuff to it, I think, was always difficult.
So that's why once you have it made, you just want to save it.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, you have to actually click. So in order to like add a new field on here, you have to not click on it. You have to hover over it and click the edit block button, and it'll pop up this edit form. And then you have to hit the add element. So you want to add a new form, a new element to the form. That's where you're going to do it at. You can do heading, text, whatever you want. Whatever these options are, you can do it anyone you want. The select, the radio, the checkbox, text area, those are customizable to what you need. So if you want checkboxes on the, like, let's say you want to do, or do you have any allergies? You can do a checkbox yes or a checkbox no. Right, you can do that. That's pretty simple. But yeah, so is there anything on here that you want off, or does it look fine?
For right now, we're gonna leave it.
Okay.
I don't think we need all that for Pathways, but like I said, I was borrowing something from whatever that was, the PBS sign up.
Yeah.
So,
We can take out birthday and age if you want those off. Those, again, that's just clicking the X on the side there.
yeah, that won't matter.
But so those X's won't pop up until you click on it. And then sometimes this edit form will pop up, sometimes it won't. That's what I was talking about, how it's finicky. Adding stuff to it can be a little bit frustrating. But up here on the form editing tab, you have the email to option. So if right now it's going to Kathy's email at FC Church. If you wanted to change that, you would have to change it up here. The subject also needs to be changed.
Can you have multiple
You can.
addresses?
I believe you can, yeah.
You just put a comma or
Yep.
something?
So now, when you have the form, so before it was for the making waves. Now when someone signs up, the subject that Kathy will get will say Pathways. The response text is what you get when the form is finished. You hit submit. It's what's left over on the form. So we can just do thank you for signing up.
Yep.
And that's it. So now when someone fills this out and they hit it, it'll say thank you for signing up, and then Kathy will get an email with the subject Pathways. So, or it can be Pathways, sign up if we want to be more specific on what it is.
Okay.
But that's all in that edit form box. Sometimes clicking opens it, sometimes it doesn't. If you click on a specific field, that's where you'll edit the field. So this one says first name, last name. You can make it required or make it not required. Like if you don't want to make birthdays a required field, we can make it unrequired, or you can change it to whatever you want, right? But in order to change specific fields, you have to click
Are you
in the field.
right clicking? Is that where you're getting that? When you click?
I'm left clicking. If you right click, you'll just get that. But,
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to click on the box first, and then find the field that you want to edit. Make sure the X is showing up on the side, and then click on the field, and it'll change this box over here to say what you want it to say.
Okay.
So
Good.
you have
Pretty
required
easy.
fields.
Yeah.
You can make them required, make them non-required. Completely up to you on how you want to do it, but fully editable. Let's see. These should be separate. Nope, this is all one big section. Okay.
Okay. But now we have some saved signups that are no longer published, but
Right.
we can go in there like, so if we want, what were some of the ones we had? Like signups for a men's
Close the
retreat.
editor to check. Oh, actually, let me show you that real quick. If you had the editor open and
Okay.
you're editing a page, You can swap pages by clicking the pages button over here and then finding your pages. So one of the ones that we aren't using right now is men's retreat. You go into the men's retreat and press the little pencil option.
Okay.
That's your edit
Yep,
option,
yep.
and it'll bring you to the page in the edit or in the editor already.
Okay.
Instead of having to click the edit this page button, already here.
I can edit all the information about
Every
where the
single
retreat
last
is, the
thing.
date, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
So, PQ, you were asking me earlier when it comes to those payment forms, how we utilize those on the website. This is how we do it. So on here we have, here's the big sign up sheet, all the page. Down here we have the pay online. Fill out the form before you pay. But you have these buttons here, which are blocks that you can add, just button blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're editing them, you'll have a link option, and the link will be to whatever payment form link that you have. So
Got
right
it.
now those payment forms are inactive, but if we were to do this again and you wanted to reactivate all that stuff, you could just reactivate it. It's all there, and then you can edit it. You edit what the text and the buttons say entirely. So like, I want it to be very, very clear, very concise. All the things on here. Colors, the icon, I don't even know if that was the thing that worked. There's an option for like extruding the button, but sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Like, see how it just disappeared on me there? Yeah. Like, it makes the button pop more, right? It looks like a button instead of looking like a blue square. Supposed to, doesn't always work.
Adds definition.
Yeah. So, that's all there.
All right.
And then this is just on here to kind of space it out, give it some color spacing. And you could do that, like if you had this whole big text block, you wanted to add a whole section just to break up the big white block space, you can add a section, make it gray, or add an image to it, whatever you wanted to at any time. So we don't need to publish that, we just save it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. And then you have the drafts down here. I think you can just drag them up. So if we wanted to use Men's Retreat again, you would take Men's Retreat, drag it up to online, leave it there. So right now the Men's Retreat is online. It is. It's fully online right now. But if there's no link to it, they can't get to it. It doesn't pop up anywhere on the website or anything. Like you have PathBiz up here, you'll never find Men's Retreat on here unless there's a link to it. So if someone had like an old, calendar event, maybe they can find it that way, but not really. So,
So where would I find, let's say you put the men's retreat there and that's in the online, where would I find that on the site?
you wouldn't.
You would not, okay.
You would not unless, that's where I'm going to sign up. You would not find it unless we made a link to it specifically. So like we have a volunteer sign up page. I think that is something that is a clickable link somewhere on the website. I forget exactly where I did it, but there's like a get connected page, or maybe it's the I'm new. Yeah, there's a link somewhere on the page to that volunteer sign up sheet.
That's it at the bottom, isn't it?
How to contact us?
Oh.
This is a contact form, yeah.
I thought we had like a connect card, digital connect card on
We
every-
do the digital connect card that we made was a Google form specifically for the app. This is now how we do the connect, which is on these, like how to contact us. I thought we did
Because sometimes when I get a contact from the website, it actually says contact request / women's page, or
Oh, really?
you can tell because that's
Oh.
on every page,
I didn't know
and
that.
it tells me what page they did it on. So they were looking at what we believe.
That's awesome.
So if you go to what we believe, I'll get the contact request, and it'll tell me what page that they were looking at when they sent it.
That's interesting. I didn't know it did that.
So there's the what we believe.
Uh-huh.
Now you can contact us.
That's cool. I didn't know it did that.
I see, okay.
So
Like I had one guy do it, and he was asking me specifics on what our doctrines were, just a guy out of the blue, and he sent all that from our what we believe. So he was actually looking at it. And
Yeah.
He wanted some clarity.
Yeah. That's cool. So the navigation bar over here, that's how you'll find pages that we've already made that you want to edit. That's where you'll find those at, and then you can drag and drop them from online or navigation into drafts. Like we have one for VBS, we have one for women's retreat sign up, one's for men's retreat, and those can be further edited and then re-added back. If you wanted to make a brand new page that's not on here at all, you'll click on the new button up here, and then you'll hit new page. I'm gonna give the page a title, so we'll just do like do test. Why not? So I can show you guys all the different features. So now you have a brand new page. It has one blank section with nothing on it at all. So we need to add some sections. Let's add. Start with a blank section. Again, it drops it right at the bottom. Then we'll add a contact us section, and then we'll add a social media section.
So our contact us is already pre-made. You
If-
just click on it, it's there.
If you click on it, if you add the sections, you have to edit it, to edit where it is. So in this specific one, marker, here it is. Now it's right on our marker.
Okay.
Okay, click on the marker, change the size of that. You click on the form, and it'll change what it emails to, change what it says,
Okay.
add what is on this form.
Okay.
So those are right on there. The social media ones, I think you have to click on the buttons themselves. Oh no, links, here it is. So yeah, you can just click on this and then add all the links you need. If you don't want, like I said, okay, we don't have pictures. You guys
There's no way to
look-
copy and paste from other parts of our website
You can duplicate any page that is already made.
if it's easier.
Yep, if it's easier, you can just duplicate that page and then change the page title. The page title is important because it is going to be like faithdetroit.com/test will be this page. I made the page title test, it's going to be /test.
Mm-hmm.
So you can add your sections and you can add whatever blocks you want.
And you can copy and duplicate those blocks as well, so that contact us, you can just pull it into any time you create a new page because it's already in your library, or no?
No, unfortunately, no. If you have a customized form that you want to use, you want to duplicate the page. You cannot save that form outline and bring it somewhere else.
Okay, so
As far as I know.
so
We
the
can-
contact
I'm
us.
we
saying.
can double check.
So
That's
the
why
c-
I'm saying it might be easier just to duplicate a page and then just change the rest if a
Yeah.
lot of it, what you need, is on there already.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
So this form here, that's on every site, is because we duplicated the pages.
This form here is just the default form.
Oh, it's a default
This form here is the default contact us section form.
Okay.
So there are like, you'll see in the sections, you'll see there are like default forms.
Okay, so we use the default form on
Yeah,
that.
we use-
Okay, we did
use-
not
yeah.
customize it. So therefore, you
Exactly.
can copy and paste
Mm-hmm.
without having to copy the whole page. Got
Right,
it.
yeah, so if
Okay.
you just want like just a basic contact us form like this, but it is important to note that if you do use the specific section page, you will need to edit that contact us form. If you log in to Subsplash through your email on your account and you add it, it's going to add it with the email being your email. So if you don't want the emails coming to you, you got to change it.
Okay. And if I change it on one page, it does not impact that contact us on the other pages?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep,
good.
Each page is their own thing.
Good, okay.
So in this case, I don't want this page, right? I think it's probably better if I just duplicate a page. Click the X. It's going to ask if you want to save it. No, I don't want to save it. That test page isn't going to show up anywhere. And it works exactly the same if you're editing any page. If you're like, crap, I screwed this up, I don't want to do it this way, you can hit the X and then not save it and then it'll go back to what it was to begin with. So if you like your work as you're going, make sure you save it, save your draft, so that if you do make a mistake, you don't have to redo everything. If you're like, oh man, I added too many things to this form, it's going to be a nightmare to change. I just want to get rid of the changes I made. Make sure you save before you start messing with the form. You can also nest the things together by dropping them on top of one another. If I grab the men's retreat, I can drop it on top of life groups, and it's not nested within life groups. Doesn't matter on pages that that matters specifically for your
Navigation.
Yeah, your navigation bar up here. Like now, if I hover over about, you'll see that I click about down here. All these now pop up on here.
Gotcha.
And then, let's say you name let's say you are duplicating a page. Let's duplicate the men's retreat. Oh, I just nested it in an accident. Oh, I'll keep nesting it. There we go. We'll click on men's retreat. Up here in the top, you'll see duplicate. Just press duplicate. Give it a new title. Right, so we'll do,
BBS sign up or whatever.
yeah, let's do VBS. Look, this is actually a perfect example. So now it's faithdetroit.com/VBS-sign-up. Like, man, I don't like that. Oh, snap, there's already a VBS down here. So someone could just go to faith.com/VBS. Faithdetroit.com. So I don't want to use that page. You can delete that page entirely through the delete option, but you can also just edit the title up top by hitting the edit button. Oh, that's not it. Oh yeah, sorry. No, that's not it. Scratch that. I gotta remember how to edit it. I haven't had to change the title of a page in a while. I think we just sign up. Under the options tab, that's what it is. So before you go into the editor, if you want to change the page name, like if you think that, women's retreat sign up is too much, and that faithdetroit.com/women's retreat sign up is too much, you can change it by clicking on the page and then clicking the options button, and then just change the page title. Try to keep your page title as short and sweet and concise as you can, so that it makes for an easy, faithdetroit.com/whatever. If you want it, it's not critical, but it can help. It doesn't really matter as far as editing stuff goes, because as you saw earlier when we were adding a link directly to the website on an event, it will pop up show a list of all of our pages, and you can just click it.
Yep.
But sometimes, I want to say for events, you actually have to have the link itself. So it would help in that aspect. If you're creating a link in that link creator, that's different. But if you make it an event, you can't add the link. You got what I'm saying?
It generates its own link?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So I showed you back on the regular Subsplash dashboard. I showed you there was that library tab which had lists and links. The links that you make in there can't be used in events. If you make an event, it has its own website and title option, and in that one you'll just put the URL. So if we made this one, and let's say we name it, I don't know, Harvest Festival. So we're doing a Harvest Festival or something like that. You can also do a custom URL if you wanted to, but we'll save it. So now this is faithdetroit.com/Harvest Festival. You can click on it, open it up, copy it, and then when you go back to the Subsplash dashboard, back into events, calendar, create event. On here on the website is where you'll put that URL, and then you'll put the title, Harvest Fest or whatever you want to put on there. And then when you make the event, in the event's descriptions, Harvest Fest will have, it'll be a hyperlink that you can click to go to that page. So, kind of how that would
Yep.
work more or less.
Yep. Makes sense.
I can give you a better example. If I edit, let's go into this Bread of Life one here. Back to the website. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about specifically. Go to about. So the name of the page was bread space of space life. On the URL it translates to dashes. It's all your spaces are gonna be dashes. So
Sure.
bread dash of dash life.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll copy it. We'll go back to this. This is our next, supposedly our next Bread of Life event. You can do the title of Bread of Life. Copy the URL in there. Hit save. We'll do just this event. Now if I go into the app, or even on the website itself, and I'll show you guys a counter of that in just a second. If I go into the app, and I go into events, and I click on the disappear. Draft. It's showing up as a draft. Publish. It's weird. Events. When I click on the Bread of Life. Now in the event I have the link that I can click to open up the Bread of Life page. That's really helpful. It's a lot easier to add an event to the homepage of the app than it is to kind of do anything else. So if you're doing a sign up, like if you want to put Pathways on the homepage of the app, you would, well, if Pathways has an event page, you'll put the event of Pathways on there, put the link to the Pathways sign up in the event page. And then when you click Pathways on the homepage, it takes you into the Pathways event where you have that link function available, and it'll take you right to whatever page that you've linked. So, that kind of makes sense?
Yep.
All clear? All good? Okay. Just close this out. I mean, that's kind of everything as far as. Oh, I guess I can talk about this real quick. So like up here you have, if you look at, there's like different icons here, like home is a page, about is a folder. So if I were to just click about, there is no about. It's not gonna take me there. But about is now my drop down for everything else.
Okay.
So there is no about. There's no page that's just about.
But there is a home.
There is a home, yeah. Because home is listed on here as a page, whereas about is a folder. Nested in about is all of our other vision, what we believe, our story, leadership, contract, or contact, all that stuff.
And I can edit any of those by clicking on that.
Yeah, drop that down,
So if I want to
Click
edit
it.
that page, for example,
Yeah.
I just go to edit page.
and now all of this is available for editing. You can change whatever you want,
Okay.
add, remove whatever you want.
Okay.
If you don't like it, click the X, don't save it. Or save it if you love it. But it's important to remember that when you make edits to a page, it's not gonna show up until you hit publish,
Okay.
so.
So if I screw it up, just back out of it.
Yeah, just back out of it, yep. Yep. And again, save as you go is kind of the rule of thumb with this. Like you're making edits to a page, you changed a bunch of stuff on there, you get to one part, and that part gives you trouble. You wanna have saved, like you change the title, save it. Change the picture behind it, save it.
Save it, yep.
That way, as you go, all that stuff is
You
gonna be
screw
saved
something
out.
up, you still
Exactly.
start back
You
in.
can- You can just X out, don't save these changes.
Gotcha.
But all the ones that you made that you love are still on there.
Save and save often.
Mm-hmm. Rule of thumb. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really think that we need to cover, but I don't think there is. Is there any questions? I mean, you can go through here and you can click on all the different pages and check everything out. The media tab has this should work. I believe it still does. I haven't checked it in a few months though. But when our live stream starts, our media page should have a live stream video available. Our homepage has, just like our media page, has the latest message on there, and the latest message is pulling from our library of uploaded messages. So it's behind because we're behind on the uploads. So, you know, whether that's something we want to keep on the homepage or not, we can, that can be removed or whatever, as long as the sermons are uploaded, it's going to be current. Right?
Do we have a space limitation?
There is,
For
but
videos?
it's huge.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's.
But some of the old
everybody's-
stuff, it's been, some old stuff's on there we can get rid of.
Yeah, you.
Well, that was the question I was alluding to, was at some point are we going to have to go back and like begin removing some of the older things?
I believe we can actually view how much space we have.
Actually, if we only have 5 or 6
Maybe in the media?
archived on there, I'm okay with that as far as the website or the app goes, because people can always go to our YouTube and go 3 years back. I mean,
Oh yeah, here it is. So we have 5 terabytes of storage.
Oh,
We've used 34.4 gigs.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that anytime soon.
for a long time. We have 5 terabytes of storage that we can use on here. But yeah, I mean, to just delete them, if you go to the view all our media items, it should be, it's in numerical order, or, date order. You can go to the old ones, and then if you want to delete multiple, you would just click the checkbox and then delete. Or if you want to do, I mean, I think it makes it a little bit too confusing if you were to do it, but you could do like, we want to do like the UP series, just a series option. You could just click the UP series and add them all to their own media series. So, or you can also add them to lists,
okay.
which is, that was something that I like to do, but it's,
Okay.
That's everything we need to know. And if I have questions like reusing a sign up, like we have a certain format of a sign up we don't want to recreate, we can just pull that over but change the name or whatever.
change
Duplicate the
name, change what
page.
message said. Yep. That's super
So we
easy.
duplicate the page and then just
Okay,
change it.
because that's
That's-
really
that's
getting
gonna be
those to
the
publish
easiest
was
way.
what I really struggled with.
Yeah, that's gonna be the easiest way to do all of that, for sure.
Okay.
But And
Duplicate
then-
that page, pull it up even though it's not published.
yeah, so one of the lists that we used to have on our homepage of the app was Kipasa, and it just wasn't kept up on, so I took it off because it didn't make sense to have old stuff on there. But if you were to reintroduce that, you could. Okay, we want to get rid of it, so we'll click all of these items in the list. You'll hit remove. Yeah, remove. Now Kipasa is an empty list. We can go to our events, into our calendar.
What
and-
KPASA is just what's coming up for the
Yeah.
month
The month,
only.
Yeah, what's up?
So now we can, now that we're here in the calendar, again, you can't add to lists, you can't add event like, the reoccurring events.
Recurring events you
Yeah,
cannot
so
add,
if
but
you want
one-time
ads-
events you
Yeah,
can.
exactly. So we want to do Faith Hop, we want to do Pastor Appreciation Sunday, we want to do Small Business Expo. We've got all 3 of those clicked now. You can click add to list. And you'll click Kipasa, add 3 events. Now in the Kipasa list, in the library, you now have those 3 items on there. And then if they're out of order, you can drag and drop. They're
Gotcha.
always out of order for some reason, but you can just change the order that they're in.
That's
and then,
easy.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
so if Kpasa was added back to the homepage, you would never have to go into the app to edit Kpasa. You would only go into the lists in the library to remove, and back into the events to add anything you want on there.
And I was trying to do KPASA just because English people think it's fun, and Hispanics think that there's got to be a little bit of something that they just know. that
Something
you
for them.
care, yeah.
In
So
that same spirit, we just brought a kitten home 2 days ago in El Jefe.
The boss.
the boss. So, but yeah, so if you wanted to re-add Que Pasa back to the app homepage, save there. Back into the apps. Back into the mobile app.
And if I wanted to do something like that, let's say we wanted to reintroduce Que Pasa as this is what's going on for October, like
Yeah.
October's Que Pasa. I could call you or set up a time to call you, and you could walk me through it if I've missed it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. I'm around the house with all
'Cause that takes what, three minutes?
Yeah. I can even come in here and meet you here if you're here.
Nah, I mean that's something we could do over the phone.
That's true. Yeah.
Or a Zoom call even, if it gets to that.
Yeah. Zoom calls would be easier.
But between me, him, and you kind of help and walk us through this till we get real familiarized, I think we won't have a problem. 'Cause for you, this is pretty user friendly.
Very user friendly.
For
Yeah.
me, it's oh my gosh,
It's definitely better than front page.
Greek class.
You laugh because you know what front page was like, right?
Was that hard?
Yeah, very
I mean,
cumbersome.
When they first introduced this, they didn't have the website available. It was just the app, and it was like I had to go through so many classes to learn how to do the app. And now I'm like, dude, this stuff is like. Now that I know it, it makes sense, right? But you don't know it; it doesn't make any sense. It's all nested, hidden.
Well, that's why I want to
nonsense.
play on it a
Mhm.
bit without wrecking it. I
Yeah.
want to just be able to play on it, get familiarized with it, so that I can just, if I need to, just
Right.
do it. And then same with him, you
Mhm.
know. So another thing I'm going to want to do is we have Allie now taking tons of pictures of all kinds of stuff. I want to start populating our website with our pictures.
Yep.
Like this is our pictures, right? So that's what I want to do. So that's pretty easy. I go to each individual page.
Yeah.
So let's say I want to go to Men of Faith, and I want to put some of our Men of Faith pictures on there.
We'll go right now.
Or we get a new Men of Faith leader. I can put their picture on it, right?
Yep. So you can, yeah, we have these default photos.
Yep. So that's easy to do. So I go into that block.
Yep. You'll hit the edit button. You'll scroll down to that section you want. You'll click on this specific picture, I believe.
Okay. And then
yeah,
trade
you'll
it
hit
up.
source.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so easy.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now it's important to remember that if the image isn't like, if it's not a square image, it's gonna. I believe it's gonna change it. Let me see, it's just easier
Will it
to
shrink the
find
fit or
one.
will it distort it?
It'll. I think it'll fit to whatever format we have for that specific button. Let me see.
Okay.
Okay. Here, let's edit this one because I can find that photo again real fast. Source library. That photo's right there. So let's just click. Let's click you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, click the one right next to it.
Oh, sorry. It does. It does hold it to be a square, but it'll change where it is.
You can't drag it.
No, you cannot move it.
Can you shrink the fit so that so it doesn't cut off the top of his head?
You can edit up here. You can edit positionally.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that is going to be in the size options, which you can make the picture small, right? But you want
Okay.
you want it to fit that
Yeah,
that block
okay.
size that we have,
Okay.
and then you
Nice.
can change that up here with this.
Well, I'm going to be changing all these pictures,
Mhm.
so you can just leave that because the other one is not our pictures. I
Yeah.
want as many of our pictures on there as possible,
Right.
so it's more us.
So if you were to do ratio,
That's our DNA.
ratio is where you would change the block.
Oh,
Okay.
Block size like that. So right now we have just squares, basic squares across with and I think that format follows. We'll save and publish that. That format follows for all of our pages like this. So if we go into connect into the children's ministry, you should see at the very bottom it should be 3 square pictures.
Okay, so it's just continuity.
Mm-hmm. So it's each of these connect pages are basically built exactly the same. You have the title page, you have
Which
the
you have
verse.
that thing where it moves.
Yep, the
Yeah.
parallax
Okay.
picture.
Parallax.
And again, if you want to add, if you have pictures of the kids,
Yeah, we
you
want
could
to.
just you could
That's super cool.
pop that open, hit the background, and then change the image. Make sure you have tint and parallax on because it has Rock Solid Kids up there as the title. But yeah,
Okay, cool. I'm going to do that probably today.
yeah.
I want to be able to do that.
Practical app. Yep.
And that'll give me a little bit of comfort. At least I'll know how to do one major thing. So.